actual asexuality by an actual asexual. My name is Mag Piper, and I will be your host on this journey through a lesser known LGBT orientation. What I aim to do is take real questions by real people and answer them to the best of my ability in a way that makes sense. Or perhaps in a way that makes no sense to anyone who isn't me. The jury is still out on that one. Just a quick note, my name is not actually Mag. However, I've been so far back in the closet for so long that I've begun scavenging for food in coat pockets and have been voted Mothball Monarch by a parliament of one. Our first question is one that I hear often. What is an asexual? According to the Asexual Visibility and Education Network, or AVEN, an asexual is someone who does not experience sexual attraction. They are not drawn to other people sexually and do not desire to act upon attraction to others in a sexual way. Yes, that was word for word. According to me, I never look at a person and think, wow, I want to bang them like a screen door in a hurricane. Thank you, I'm hilarious, I know. It's a life goal. Anyways, I have never looked at someone and thought about having sex with them. I would honestly rather not think about having sex at all. Ixnay on the X-say? Yeah. Genitals are gross, bodily fluids are grosser, and I would much rather Netflix than chill. You with me? Great. To illustrate, I'll describe a photo I've seen going around a couple of times. You may have seen it on your favorite social media platform, or maybe not. It's a picture of a pool with a handful of young men facing the camera. These young men, objectively, meet all the modern beauty standards. I've even heard friends, and my mother, describe them as sexy. There's a caption on the photo, something like, "You can only choose one." You might wonder, where am I going with this? Well, there's actually another, far more interesting part of the photo. Swimming in the pool, in front of the scantily clad youths, is a dog. In my humble opinion, the dog is the most important part of the photo. Maybe you want to say, "But Mag, that only shows that you aren't sexually attracted to men." Honey bunches of oats. I live in America. There are images of scantily clad women who conform to society's standards of beauty practically pasted on every wall, and I've always been disappointed by the lack of dogs in those photos. Less skin, more puppies. Okay, back to asexuality. There's this thing called the asexual spectrum, or the ASPEC. It covers the sexualities that fall under the asexual umbrella. ASPEC can also refer to aromantics or people who are agender, but those are topics for another day, or another podcast. Some asexuals aren't interested in sex because they were assaulted. That's valid. I would probably have similar feelings if that happened to me. Some asexuals just don't care about it. Like me. They don't have a reason and they don't need one. Some asexuals don't like sex at all. Zilch, zippo, nil. And that's valid too, because ew. Some asexuals like sex sometimes, which, hey, that's none of my business, so they can do what they want. There's a really massive spectrum, and everyone has different opinions on different things. Another thing I've been asked is, don't you want to kiss people? If you do, that means you aren't asexual. Listen, sister. Literally, that was my sister asking. Kissing isn't inherently sexual. Sure, it's an act of physical intimacy, but so is hugging. Do you not hug your friends? Wake up, America. You can kiss people without wanting to do the diddly with whatever they've got in their pants. I'm sure countries other than America have similar issues, but I can't with good conscience rag on them without first-hand experience. It's not sporting. Many people in many cultures have a traditional greeting that involves a kiss. Even some religions, here's looking at you, Christianity, because I know you, say to greet each other with a brotherly kiss. Sure, that's not the same as kissing on the lips, but you get the idea. Kissing does not equal sex. Making out, yeah, that's gross, and let's not because ew, but kissing is just a sign of affection. People kiss in public all the time, and they're never arrested for public indecency because it's not intercourse and does not equate to such in any way, shape, or form. Get it? Got it? Good. Can you tell that I'm passionate about this yet? No? That's weird. Question 3 is another one I get a lot. Generally, I like it when people ask questions because they want to learn more, but this one, it's invalidating. How do you know you're asexual if you've never had sex? This question is often accompanied by, you just haven't found the right person. That's fair. I haven't ever had sex. I've also never eaten cow eyes, and I'm pretty darn sure I won't like that either. It's too slimy. Am I talking about cow eyes or sex? Both. It's both. It's like saying, why aren't you sexually attracted to llamas? How do you know? You've never had sex with one, I hope. Maybe you just haven't found the right llama. I'm not sexually attracted to people. That's what puts me on the asexual spectrum. I might enjoy sex if I ever have it, but I will only engage in that if I'm all in with my partner. I never enter a relationship looking for intercourse. I can appreciate how someone looks, of course, just the same way I appreciate a sunset. It's cool, and I might like to look more, but I really don't want it anywhere near my no-no spot. As far as I'm concerned, intercourse has one goal, and that is baby making. I, and anyone else in my life that knows diddly squat about me, knows that babies aren't in my future. I don't want a baby, especially not one that shares my DNA. I have no intention of passing my weird allergies on to anyone. Seriously, I have weird allergies. Have you ever met anyone else allergic to bananas? Thanks, Dad, for giving me that wonderful inheritance. Bananas? Seriously? The last question we'll visit today is one that rubs me the wrong way each and every time I hear it, whether it's directed at me or anyone I know who identifies as A-spec. Well, it's not a question, more of a statement, but it's annoying and people need to stop. Why are you asexual? You're so good looking. It sounds like I'm being asked if I'm calling myself asexual because I can't get a date, for whatever reason. Darlin', asexuality has nothing to do with my ability or inability to get laid. There is no settling for asexuality. Think about it this way. Are you oriented the way you are just because you can't get a date in any other orientation? No sirree. At least, I hope you aren't. That's not cash money, and you need to be true to yourself and honest with everyone else. TB to the H, friends. I don't really want a date. Y'all think I have time for that? Even if I did have time, I wouldn't be wasting it on dates with any gender. There are too many books in this world for me to waste prime reading time on Olive Garden. This podcast isn't sponsored. I've never actually been to an Olive Garden. Now for something a little less serious. A short segment called Aloe Says What? My coworker, who I love dearly as a fellow human, but don't necessarily like, implemented a strange tradition in my workplace. This began long before I started working there, but it still confuses me to this day, so we'll mention it. Every time one of the girls there sees someone they find attractive, they call out, "Hot potato!" As this siren song of strange behavior rings out in the department, all the other girls flock to whoever made the call in the first place, presumably to admire whatever poor soul has been spotted this time. Now, I'll admit, a few of the individuals who are nominated by this odd system have been aesthetically pleasing, but not enough to warrant the fuss of at least 5 women. The gaggle never includes myself. Sometimes I just see the coveted fellow in passing as I go about my own business, where my nose is firmly kept. Now, I'm sure I've missed a few things. This is only the first episode, so that's to be expected. Later, I hope to touch base with a few of the things from today's podcast and expand on them. Just to let you know, this is a personal project. I don't have any backing or anything fancy like that. If you liked this program, you can buy me a coffee. The link to that will hopefully be in the description, as well as in my Twitter bio. The music is Mirror Mirror by Diamond Ortiz. It's supposed to be royalty-free. Here's hoping I don't get in trouble. And that's it, folks. Thank you for listening to this first, of hopefully many, explorations into asexuality. I hope you liked it. If you do, be sure to like and subscribe. Have any questions, concerns, or comments? Hit me up on Twitter at needspacepod or by email at weneedspace.podcast@gmail.com. Thanks, and have a great day.